Hello friends, welcome back. It's early June of 2022 and today's video is about how to grow lupins, and what you're looking at here is our front garden with all kinds of these that have spread like crazy. So a couple quick facts about lupins. Number one, they're perennial from zone 3 and up, and so you can grow them pretty much anywhere in the United States. The other thing is they like sun to part shade, so where these are is kind of, I would say, kind of full sun on the one side and part shade on the other side where it's blocked by a tree. This area here is more part shade. As I scroll to the right here, that's more full sun, so you can kind of see the difference there. The other thing is they spread by their seeds. Here's a look at the plant itself. That's the leaf structure, and then the flower. It's really pretty. These big petals will turn into seeds, and then those will broadcast themselves everywhere, and they will take root pretty much anywhere they land. So in terms of how to grow them, how to take care of them, once they're established, you really don't have to do much of anything to them. You may want to contain them if you don't want them taking over your garden, but that's an easy enough problem to solve. You can just pull them out. Or you can deadhead them. You know, if you cut the flowers off, I've read that they'll flower again, so I'm going to try that with some of these because we have plenty, so they'll still spread themselves. The easiest way to get lupins is just go to a garden center. As I zoom in here, get some potted plants and just plant them. Let them go to seed, you know, in your garden after they flower, and then you're just always going to have them. The other cool thing is the ones, now we planted these from seed just along the back of this garden bed here. About 5 years ago, and they were supposedly like blue, you know, like those purple color, but now all of a sudden we have magenta, we have pink, we have different shades of purple and blue, and those all just came from the seeds. We didn't plant any of those, so that's the plant spreading itself and its kind of genetic variation as it goes about getting fertilized and just sort of seeding all over the place. And so they will sort of multiply in that way as well. You can sort of see, but these all came from the exact same stock, which is pretty amazing, actually. Here's another great thing about them. Phlox is right here. The deer have really chomped down. You can see all the bit tops of the phlox. The lupins, not touched. Lupins are poisonous to deer, so sort of say that with a little bit of a smile. Anyone who watches the channel knows that I'm sort of always at war with deer. Actually, we have another video coming up about our deer fencing project, the last phase of it. But these are just a beautiful addition to your garden. There's really nothing that bothers them. They grow like a weed, and in some places they're sort of considered invasive, where they'll take over entire ecosystems. So once you get them going in terms of how to grow them, there's not really a whole lot. I would just buy some potted ones at a garden center, you know, pot them. We did that in the backyard with some of the potted ones, so it's possible that those pollinated these and created those different color variations. I'm not really sure, but that's the easiest way to get them started. We did seed. If you plant seed, it might be a year or two before you get flowers because the plants have to establish, but once they get going, as you can see, they spread like crazy. Each individual plant might only live a few years, but there are so many baby plants that they'll just take right over for them, so you wouldn't even notice, most likely. Another cool thing about lupins is they fix nitrogen in the soil, so some people actually plant lupins in order to fertilize the soil to fix the nitrogen, and then they pull them out and plant other crops. But if they're part of your garden, you know, they'll help add nutrients to the soil for your other plants as well, so that's a really cool thing. So they're, as I mentioned, deer proof. They're really colorful, they're pretty. They give you about 3 to 4 weeks of bloom in June, at least in our area in New York State where we are. Could be a little bit later or earlier depending on your climate. And really, it's as simple as putting them in the ground and letting them grow. Nothing really bothers them. Sometimes we get white flies every few years, and I just spray them with insecticidal soap. But other than that, we've never had anything bother the lupins. So they're a pretty tough plant. So thank you for watching. If you enjoy our videos, please subscribe for more updates from the garden.